Hello YouTube, and just like that we are back. It's been a hot minute. So for anyone wondering where we have been for the past 2 years since the last video, well, I've been fortunate enough to have a child. Now, as you can imagine, that takes priority. We've still been playing Pokemon Go in the meantime. The grind never stops, but yeah, my priorities have been elsewhere. So the original plan was to return at GoFest in Madrid. We attended the full 3 days, and yeah, we were going to record and sort of make a comeback for the YouTube scene there, but one thing led to another. That didn't end up happening. So yeah, here we are making our return on the Roggenrola Spotlight Hour, as you see right now. Not the most inspired event, but we're here nevertheless. So, what's been going on? I thought it'd be cool just to sort of check back in. I think we are going to start doing some more frequent content again. So I thought today would be a good idea just to jump on, kind of run through my experiences throughout Madrid, how it compared to London last year. Sort of obviously the important stuff like the shinies we managed to grab, and yeah, everything else in terms of the experience itself. So in terms of like the experience as a whole, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, similar to London last year, the spawns were, I'd say they weren't as good as last year, but there was a lot more sort of regional stuff, right? So, you know, we were able to grab a lot of the Orcarios that we can't get here, for example, the Klefki, which we needed, obviously, which we've been able to grab as well. Yeah, just the unknown question mark, which obviously just very rarely comes around, and yeah, a little spoiler, we were happy with what we got on that front. So yeah, just overall like a super sick experience. In terms of like the city itself, oh man, Madrid was amazing. The architecture was fantastic. I'd highly recommend it, and that's the beautiful thing about Pokemon Go in a way, and sort of traveling to these events. It was our first international, and like I say, we played in London, but we'd never been abroad before, and it was just pretty sick. Just it felt like a proper adventure, right? Like it felt we were going away, especially with the little one, but it felt like a proper adventure where we were going away. We didn't know sort of where anything was, and we were just figuring it out as we were going. And I think that's the appeal sort of it in a way, right? Is that sort of feeling of unknown and sort of like, yeah, like uncertainty almost. But yeah, overall, such a sick experience. So in terms of our overall sort of city experience, we played the Friday and Saturday in the city, and then we took Sunday afternoon as our park day. In terms of the locations in the city, pretty much everything was centered around El Retiro Park. Like, it's insane. Like, the park was like pretty incredible, to be honest. It seemed like almost like a hub in itself, where pretty much everyone was playing. Like, you know, you would walk around and the majority of people in the park, I would say, were Pokemon Go players. Yeah, it was just overall such a super great experience just to be around so many like-minded people. And it's like, it's funny as well how you can sort of have little conversations with people who you know nothing about, and you know, you're sort of instantly able to almost feel like friends because you have this sort of common interest. It's pretty cool, right? But in terms of some of the notable people I'd say we met in the park, I got to give a shout out to Newcomb's Mike. I've been watching Mike for a long time, and I was able to catch up with him in the park and on Saturday and Sunday actually, and yeah, we had a super good chat about all things Pokemon Go really. And yeah, it's always cool to see someone who is as genuine in person as they are on camera. Like, sometimes I feel as though, you know, people can often play a personality right on the camera, and you kind of don't really know who they are until you meet them. But I can for sure say that like Mike is a super cool guy, and yeah, we had a real good chat. And yeah, so if you do manage to catch this, Mike, keep up the great content, because I will certainly be watching. So in terms of the park experience, yeah, like it was good, but it was tough going. Honestly, we were there Sunday afternoon, which I think was the warmest day. I mean, saying the warmest day doesn't really do justice to kind of like how warm any of the other days were as well. But every day, like, I've never been in a place where it kind of sort of just gets progressively hotter throughout the day. So honestly, by like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it was almost like the peak heat of the day, and there was no breeze, no nothing, and it was real tough going, especially with the little one as well. Like, we were able to post up in certain places and I would be able to play, which was good, but yeah, overall it was rough. And in terms of the park itself, there wasn't much shade at all. It almost felt like a desert. Like, in my mind as I was walking around, I kept in a way thinking like, wow, this feels comparable almost like to what Vegas would have been like, where it was just like, you know, almost like a desert, just one big open strip. But you know, it was pretty cool. At the park we met some, we went to the notable trainers booth as well. We caught up with Cricket, which was pretty sick. So we met Cricket last year at London, and it was just so cool to go back, see her again, catch up with her, and almost just like kind of just show her really how much our little one has grown in a year. That was pretty sick, and she was as shy as ever, but yeah, it was so cool. We met Billy on the way out as well, trainer club, which was awesome. Again, met Billy last year, but yeah, Billy's a super sick guy, and you know, when you talk to him you can see why he's so successful and so committed to this YouTube grind as well. Guys, I am so happy right now. So walking along, playing Spotlight Hour as we were, and we have a 12k egg that hatched. We got to land it. They can evolve, man. We finally got the female. It's taken so long, and like, I've not really been focused on sort of being rocket leaders really much. I am now, given I'm level 44, but I'm so happy to finally get this. And in fact, I think we're actually going to evolve it right now. Such a sick hatch, man, and like, I'm so happy to finally get it, because like, it's been on my to-do list for ages, but I've just not had any luck trying to get it, to be honest. Oh my word, look at that. That's so cool, isn't it, Salazzle? Yeah, register the Pokedex. Let's go. Terrible IVs really, considering it's a hatch, but it's all good. We're just gonna quickly jump through these and see if we can get any shiny luck as well. We have been catching, we have been making our way through them through town, but nothing so far. And to be honest, like I said, I don't really expect to get anything on Spotlight Hours. I always sort of go in with the most minimal of expectations, and then I always think to myself, if we can get something, then that's a massive bonus. But yeah, nothing so far. No. Nah. I do actually think Gigalith is actually like really useful for raids, right? With this legacy move. So it would be nice to grab a shiny if we could. Or one with some decent IVs, but nothing there unfortunately. So we're gonna carry on. I'm gonna catch these. I think we're gonna have time for sort of maybe one more lap, maybe another one. And yeah, then we're gonna catch up and go through the GoFest spawns in a bit. So guys, we are now back home after a long but unsuccessful Roggenrola Spotlight Hour. It didn't go away, but that's fine. We've got a Pokestop showcase to claim. Second, unfortunately, which is okay. We'll take that XP and Stardust nevertheless. So yeah, Madrid, now sort of what you come for really, all the shinies that we had. I think in total we had around 75 or 76, which was a really good haul actually, considering I spent most of my time running around after my 2-year-old daughter as opposed to playing the game. Yeah, I mean, so much better luck in the city as well. I mean, that's to be expected given like how long I spend in the city compared to the park. But yeah, even so, like sort of comparatively in terms of like as a ratio, my rates were much better in the city, which is to be expected, I guess, because you get more spawns, a wider variety of spawns, and you sort of cover more distance as well. I found. So yeah, overall, super happy. So some of the standouts before, I think there's only one place to start, and that is essentially what I went for. Prior to going, as I'm sure many people's targets were, we wanted the question mark shiny unknown, and as you can see, we managed to grab 2, which I was over the moon with. The first one we grabbed in the park, and now this is so cool because in the city, sorry, this is so cool. A level 1 shiny unknown question mark. So happy with this, honestly. Like I was having a bad day to this point as well. This was on the Saturday. We was walking around Albertirio Park and we got this off the incense. Man, if you could have seen me, I lost my mind. Everyone in the park must have been looking at me because I was so excited. IVs are not the best. But yeah, nevertheless, so happy to get that. And to be honest, in terms of like the unknown themselves as well, I think this was our first unknown catch, yeah. So we ended up with 8 in total, 8 shiny unknown in total. So happy with that. I mean, we more than doubled our previous haul. So yeah, kind of over the moon really. A few duplicates there, but you know, we can trade them off as good trade bait. So not going to complain about that. So some of the other, I think it's good to start with the regionals because that's what I was sort of particularly interested in. We did get a fair few of the Oricario. Now this was like one of my key priorities going in, simply because I knew like, you know, I wasn't really going to have much of a chance to get this in the future. So to get 3 of them, super happy. None of them particularly good IVs. Almost a Nundo there. That would have been pretty sick. But yeah, overall, just happy to get the shinies. We can keep the 1, probably trade the others off as trade bait. And yeah, we got a few of the European Oricario as well. So yeah, really happy with that. Moving on, in terms of like some of the costume exclusives, we did manage to get all of the EVs with a couple of extra moon crowns as well. 3 moon crowns in total, only 1 sun. That's really interesting actually, because speaking to quite a few people around as I was walking, they seem to be getting the moon crown Eevee a lot more than the sun crown Eevee. Don't know why that is. They weren't weather linked or anything, so yeah, very interesting. But you know, maybe it's just anecdotal, but yeah, like very interesting nevertheless. That was my experience with the Eevee. Yeah, we managed to complete the Phantom line, which was super cool. Didn't have any going in, so to get the family done, super happy. And I mean, Trevenant is so sick in its shiny form, right? Pancham, didn't have a Pancham, just got the 1, so that's on the to-do list for Global GoFest. We are missing the Blue Crown Pikachu as well, which is something we're going to have to get at the Global. We ended up with 2 Umbreon. It's quite an interesting story actually about the first Umbreon. We traded it with my friend Ethan. So my friends Ethan and Dan, who I were playing with, they really wanted a background shiny of essentially one of the Ultra Beasts. And like I don't know like how they were so unfortunate or like kind of what the rates were for a background, but a Necrozma. I did 2 Necrozma, got 2 shiny Necrozma. Both of them had backgrounds. They didn't get any from like 6 shinies. I was like, oh my word. So in the end, I ended up trading the 1 to Ethan because he didn't have one at that point. Traded it for the shiny Umbreon. And I was able to get another one in the park later that day on the Sunday as well. So we ended up doubling up, which is nice. Probably my favourite shiny overall as well, in terms of like the sprite and the design. So super happy to grab those 2. We did end up with 3 Espeon as well. Really, I don't know what we're doing there. Really nice grabs again. Seem to be getting a lot of Espeon spawns, so super happy, as I say, to get the 3. And yeah, I mean, obviously we can use the other couple as tray bait. So yeah, really, really cool grabs. We had a Ferramosa, unfortunately without the background. Still a super sick shiny though. Nice IVs as well. Just really unlucky, to be honest, not to get the background on that, because that would have been so sick. The Furfro, we did get, I think, 5 in total, which was really nice. So we got a lot of the trims now. Just a couple more trims to go, I think. And like I say, the more shinies we can hold together to get those trims, the better. What other notable shinies did we get? We got the Muna. We got 2 Muna, which is sick because we've completed the shiny family tree there. Now this one was pretty cool. So on a Saturday morning, we did take a tour of the Bernabeu Stadium, Real Madrid Stadium. And as we were doing the tour, I did manage to grab this Amora off the incense. Now it's so sick because if anyone knows, like, one of Real Madrid's most famous shirts, which they won the Champions League in, was the white and baby blue. So really sick sort of shiny colour sprite that was very appropriate for the time. So we've named that RM, obviously, Amora for Real Madrid. So yeah, there's a really sick shiny which we managed to grab. As I mentioned, we had the Necrozma with the background as well. Super happy with that because we got the Rayquaza with the background from last year. Yeah, so sick. So to have the 2 doubled up from each GoFest, the consecutive GoFest, so happy with that. Was there anything else of note which I think you guys would be interested in? We managed to grab 3 GravRola, which was pretty cool. Don't think there was any good IVs on there. We did do a trade with Ethan as well. We traded over the slack off with the visor cap for a 2022 shiny Pikachu costume, which was nice. IVs weren't great though, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Just nice to have the costumes, you know. And on the subject of costumes, the Lapras. The Lapras we managed to grab on the Saturday in the park. Super happy to grab this. Didn't get it from the time research. Didn't get it from when it was in raids as well. So to finally grab that is a nice grab. Throw. We did grab a throw as well, which is obviously another regional. We've missed out on that a few times. Sorry guys, I do apologise. So it turns out my camera just died, which is just typical, isn't it? Really. Sorry. As I was saying, we got the throw. So one thing I did want to show you before I end the video was this shiny Pika, Sun Crown Pika XXS. Man, so happy to grab this. This is I'm more of sort of like a collector when I play the game, to be honest. I like to collect sort of cool shinies and whatnot. So to grab this, very unique, very rare, over the moon, and happy to grab that. And that was pretty much it for us. We had a great GoFest, honestly. Super enjoyable. And the one person I did want to give a shout out to before I shoot off was Mr. Brandon Tan. So I was fortunate enough to meet Brandon last year at GoFest London, and we traded a Galarian Darumaka. So yeah, pretty cool to have that. But this year I met him again, and we traded the regular Darumaka. So we kind of had this agreement now. I think next time I meet him, we're going to do Darmanitan. So then we're going to end up probably with the Galarian Darmanitan. So I don't even know what we're going to do after that. So there's something in the comments that you guys can sort of maybe comment and debate. What should I try to trade with Brandon Tan after Darmanitan? It could be anything, I guess. Probably no specials because he's a busy man. But no, really, thank you for anyone tuning in. I really appreciate you. We're going to look to get back to more consistent content. So please like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of good stuff. Can't even remember what it is anymore. It's been that long since I uploaded. And lastly, I have got a TikTok account now. I'm going to be posting all my shorts on there. Various different sort of shiny reactions, gameplay, all those sorts of fun things. So I'm going to pop the link in my description. Please check it out. I will really appreciate it if you follow me on there as well. And We've got Cyndaquil Classic Comedy coming up on Sunday, I believe. Going to be out playing that with my mates Dan and Ethan. Really looking forward to that because we're going to go Cardiff. So there should be plenty of Shadow Raikou raids around as well because we need to get that shiny. And yeah, we've got GoFest coming up in a couple of weeks as well. Lots and lots going on in Pokemon Go at the moment, being GoFest season. So thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate your time. I hope you're all keeping well. And I'll see you soon. Peace.